Hey, there we go. Top left, it is Gumiho. Most recent home Story Cup champion. And the bottom, sorry, top right, it is Creator. One of the best PvZ players in the world. And his PvT is actually really, really good as well. I think PvP is probably one of his weaker matchups. Not going for that block here, but attempting to block this area off, so and create a small wall inside of his main base there. Again, Ghost River. You can really rush across the map. And this is already a little bit of a weird probe. Might just try to avoid, let's see where it's rallied, and might just try to avoid that Reaper. Or an SCV pathing, or maybe he wanted to scout a little bit around himself. See if there's no proxy going on. Because Gumiho actually proxies a fair amount himself. If you see him play a best of... Like, if you see him play 2 best of 5s, there's gonna be bound to be 1 proxy. At least if it's all TVPs. It's most likely Marauder proxies. He really enjoys those. Concussive shell openings. And this is a 1 base opening here for Gumiho for now. He's gonna throw down that factory nice and early. He's gonna bring back that gas he pulled. That's so cute. He pulled one without gas to swap the one who had gas in his hand. I wonder if that's worth it. I don't know. Okay. Reaper's gonna go across, he's gonna see what he can find here on the side of Creator. And yeah, that needs to be chrono boosted. Otherwise the Reaper's gonna have a really good time against those probes. He's gonna immediately go into that main base. Find about that. Oh no, he's not even gonna go, he's gonna, right? You saw me here now. You think I'm coming there, but I'm actually going the other way around. I'm gonna go and hop in, I'm gonna see your adept, and I'm gonna go out again, okay. Twilight behind this, very standard here. Should be going into Blink. It's gonna go for a second adept here, no Stalker follow-up. The double adept into that Stalker number 3. That's the unit number 3, sorry. The other side, Starport on the way, Factory's making a tech lab. This could be one of those weird Gumiho pushes. Of course, the command center also on the way here. Be one of those weird tank pressure builds. We might throw in a medevac. I would be kind of surprised if it's a Viking. But this looks like a medevac to me. He's about to have 100. There you go. Now start the medevac. Wow, what a beautiful build. It's a medevac and 1 tank, a couple of marines. Let's see if he pulls some SCVs with this, like 3 or something, to potentially make a bunker and repair the medevac and the tank. Could also wait for 2 tanks. But I'm kind of thinking he should be going with that medevac timing. I'm not sure though. We'll see here. Pick up the first one. No, he's just gonna wait for the second one. Okay, and then he's gonna have a bunch more marines. And yeah, with 2 tanks, I kind of expect him to pull at least a tiny amount of workers here to go with this one. Even going for a Liberator now. So yeah, this looks like a stronger siege approach here. And that Adept is trying to get some information, but if he can deny this intel, that would be really good. Now, can he see that medevac? He did see the medevac. There's no SCVs being pulled with this one. Oh. The Reaper's trying to bounce that Stalker into... Oh, wow, and then he blocks it off with the tank. He loads in the Reaper to keep it alive. Wow, Gumiho, what a play here. Creator, man, looking a little bit in a rough spot. Thank God for him that there's no SCVs with this. Imagine if you set up a couple bunkers now. You would make this position literally unbreakable. He's gonna rally across the rest of his reinforcements. And Creator's scrambling to get Blink and enough Stalkers to actually trade against this. He's losing power to his shield battery. That's a little bit of a tough position. Now he cannot utilize that sweet regen on those shields. Liberator's gonna be set up in a way to save those Marines or keep the tank safe. Now he's blinking in, trying to snipe that Liberator, not really working. Everything's falling apart here. A little bit disjointed. Gumiho's gonna take that game. Those games are from maybe like 2 months ago or something. Not 100% sure. Maybe 3. They're not that old. But they're not on the new patch. Still good games though. I really wanted to cast those SC2 Evo games, but unfortunately I cannot load up the replays anymore because they broke everything again with that patch. Gumiho up 1-0. Alright, here we go in the bottom right. Gumiho. Top left, Creator. Now he's gonna Gumiho play again at 1 base opening. Does not look like it. Not going for a second gas yet. And again, a little bit of a weird probe path here. Well, that's scouting probe and scouting around his natural. The Creator really wants to see if Gumiho is gonna go for a proxy or not, and then even find it. Oh, he did not see that command center, and Gumiho did actually. I don't know exactly if he was looking for a pylon, kind of an unreasonable thing to look for, but maybe he was hiding the SCV. Now Creator's gonna find that command center. Yeah, he did not get to block that one. Now, if he sticks around for a little bit too long here, he might get sniped by that Reaper. I think the Reaper should catch the probe. We're gonna see. High speed chase here now. And no. The Reaper is trying to see if the probe did hit. Did you hide anywhere? No, the probe is gonna get away. The Reaper is gonna go the wrong way. Probe did hide in a different corner. This time it's gonna be Stalker, no Adept opening here. Or Creator, of course, the double Adept didn't really do anything for him in the last game there. Oh, now the Reaper could still get that probe. He's waiting with the probe now. This is such a cat and mouse game between those two. Gumiho is gonna reveal the Reaper at the front now, and he's gonna get pushed out by that Stalker. Now the probe is coming back to safety here. Let's see what he's gonna be tasked to do. He went all the way to Gumiho's base, and then he went back, and now he's mining minerals again. In a safe spot. Twilight Council on the way here, and this time we are gonna have a lot more Stalkers available here for Creator, since he's already producing those and not going into any Adepts here. This should be a more powerful early to mid-game army for him. The other side, Widow Mines, okay. And yeah, it's gonna be a Widow Mine drop opening here. So this probe is again in danger. The one that made it all across the map. Probably one of these here. This could be a good scout. We're gonna see here. Can actually intercept this one. But even if he only, like... I mean, that was the Reaper. If he only, yeah, sees that Widow Mine, he's like, okay, I know what you're up to. You have a Widow Mine. And he even gets the scout. It's great. It's really great. Such a good scout. I sometimes wonder at this point, if you are scouted this heavily as a Terran player, if you just not do it. Just hide those Widow Mines randomly on the map, on spots where there might be stalkers or something walking across them. But, I mean, look at this. Even now the Medivac is in danger. He's only gonna hit it once. What's in the main is 2 stalkers waiting down here. They're not exactly in position, but he wants to lure him in. And of course, Gumiho knows that he's been seen. He sees even that stalker position posturing there. He sees a stalker here. And if he goes to the right, he sees a stalker there as well. He sees stalkers everywhere. So, oh, I'm surrounded. Now, this is kind of a cute move. I would have loved him to stick that one a little bit longer in that area and then move when this army is actually more across the map. I guess he just wants to move out all stalkers out of position, but let's see what Creator can do against this force. He's gonna keep a couple in that main base here, and actually the decoy was the army at the front here. It's burrowing 2 Widow Mines, and yeah, 2 probes. One is actually gonna try for that big hit. Only get 1 probe here. So 2 probes for 2 Widow Mines. It's gonna lose the Medivac. Oh yeah, that's a good opening for Creator. Really good defense here. And look at this. That's exactly what you want to see if you're Protoss. Raven, okay. Some auditor harassment here coming in. And double upgrades for those Marines. I mean, like, at the same time, combat shield and stim. This usually tells that this is a big timing coming in for the Terran here. He's only making 1 tech upgrade here. Trying to make a lot of bio work. And a little bit more Marauder heavy, already producing those here. And I think this is quite Medivac light. It's like 4 Medivacs. If you, oh yeah, would have kept the first one alive, would be 5. And then you should push out probably here as the Terran with stim, combat shields, concussive shells, 3 tanks. If you go for them, he's actually making Widow Mines, so a lot of Widow Mines, and then that +1 on your bio. Should probably start to move out very soon here. His +1 is about to hit the field. There you go. Concussive already queued up here. The first couple of Medivacs are out. He has 2 tanks. He has 4 Widow Mines. And yeah, that's gonna be the army, mostly. I'm gonna see this reinforced with a couple more Medivacs. You need to click that second one, though. Dear Mr. Gumiho. And yeah, if Curator can intercept this now correctly here, he's gonna pick off a few units, and that's exactly how he should do this. Just pick off as many units as you can, try to force sieges. I think he needs to cancel this base though. This looks very hard to save, but yeah, already oh my god, I can't believe it! If he would have taken that tank, it would have been an amazing start here for Creator, but unfortunately he does not, and Gumi is gonna say, alright, I killed your 4th, I'm just gonna fall back. Delayed your 4th, that's gonna be fine by me. We do have another 4th base on the way here, but yeah, Gumi is gonna not utilize this timing window to actually try and force an engagement on that army. I think he should have probably won that fight. Now, honestly, I think I would still give the advantage to Creator just because he has his AoE already out. He already has Colossi, he has Colossi range about to finish, he's going into +2, he's still going for his 4th base. Gonna finish up here in a moment. He has a good bunch of probes. I mean, the worker count is extremely similar, so there's no big advantage there, but it feels like the tech is a little bit stronger for our Protest plan. We're still going into that +1 armor. The armory did finish, I'm pretty sure. There we go, and the +2 is about to start. Ghost Academy coming online now. And we do have, excuse me, a big bio army coming across the map now. But I still like this position here for Creator. If he can now defend these 2 attacks, the 3 medivacs waiting to the north, they're about to go in here, and this frontal attack here from Gumiho trying to pull Creator out of position with this army. He does have a lot of vision, but not in the correct places. He actually has so much vision. He has like thousands of observers, probes, hallucinations, everything. Meanwhile, he's losing a bunch of stalkers. He needs to have a Colossus or something. A few zealots maybe with this army. Gumiho already following back, not utilizing this force here. And this is a black hole for our Protoss. He really wanted to see that area. He's gonna lose a probe down here, unfortunately. So Gumiho's just making the place a little bit darker here for our Protoss. But man, that's a big army. Gumiho with the medivacs going in now. He's definitely gonna kill a big bunch of probes here, but this might just end up being a base race because we do have a warp prism with this, and I think Raid is just gonna go for it. Gumiho caught out of position here. His bio is not stimped. He's now trying to fall back behind that depot wall, but already the tank's falling very fast here, and Gumiho's base is gonna get completely overrun here within seconds. Now, can he do the same at the Protoss base? His army did kill that 4th. It's a little bit disjointed right now. It's split in 2, and if you recall now... Oh my god, 1 disruptor here. Trying to get the perfect hit. He already killed 5, by the way. So he already got a good hit. This is... I mean, he kills the disruptor now. This is looking really good for Creator, in my opinion. He's actually throwing down a Nexus already on the other side of the map. And Gumiho... sometimes it's really late to lift his buildings. He's still producing. He lifts one of his command centers. He has one command center here in the... What, I'm making a planetary. Not sure about that one. And he's just trying to kill as many buildings currently from Creator as he can. But little does he... Oh, that's a good scout. Little does he know that this is already being set up here. And yeah, he's gonna lose that command center kind of unnecessary. And he's gonna lose all of his production. He's actually not... utilizing Terran correctly in these base trades a lot of times. He's not really lifting his buildings. He should just lift those. Yes. And yeah, I think he's gonna run out of buildings. He does not have any SCVs, and this is what I said. You don't have any mules, you don't have any SCVs now. How are you gonna mine with a planetary with no mules? Yeah, definitely a lot of mistakes, I feel like, being made here from Gumiho in this situation. Now he's gonna try and eliminate all of the buildings, but he's gonna have some buildings in corners, so he's not gonna get eliminated, but he's not creating a winning position for himself, right? With these buildings he still had left, where you can create like a mining situation or something, whatever. Oh, that Raven's still alive, that's cool. Now he still does not know about this, and Gumiho is gonna be revealed in 1 second. Boom. So yeah, Creator knows now. Sorry, yeah, Creator knows now. Oops. Why did that happen? There we go. Creator knows now where these barracks are, as you can see. And Gumiho is like, I guess you have a Nexus? It's not here, it's here of course. And yeah, if Creator just makes a Void Ray, he already won that game. There is no... if there was interference matrix actually on this Raven, he could have disabled all of these Colossi. Or maybe at least 2. But now he's gonna try with the anti-armor missile, coming only from one angle, and this army is just too powerful here. Protoss is completely gonna kill that Terran force. Raid is gonna take map number 2. Yep. Gumiho is not the best base trader. I feel like he does do a lot of mistakes in that. In the early phase of the base trade. If you really commit to base trade, you have to commit a little bit harder in my opinion. Because Terran has a lot of good tools for base trade. It's just undeniable. Floating buildings, floating production. If you can save your production and your tech to a certain degree, it's so powerful. You can't float out stargates or something like that. You have to reproduce the cybernetics core. It's crazy. But of course you don't have recall as the Terran, right? There's also a good tool for Protoss in my opinion. One of the most, maybe the most powerful tool in base trades, the recall. But that is something that can be counterplayed by just sniping those Nexi. By the way, Gumiho in the bottom and Creator in the top. Yeah, sniping Nexis or just EMP those, right? You can just peel off that energy if you have the ghosts with your army. So there's a lot of counterplay to recall, but like killing all of the Terran production if you're already up at like 5 or 8 barracks and 1 to 2 factories, a starport, that's so much buildings. Also you can just spread across the map, you can set up new production points, reinforce your army, even if it's low tier units. Marine Marauder are still the units you kind of want anyways as the Terran, so it's still decent units to have in that base race, right? Not like you're getting Cloaked Banshees or something, but it's just making your army powerful. They just scale so good. Now again, Creator with a little bit of an odd path here for that probe. I think he went all the way up here and then he went all the way to the left and now he's at the Terran main base. Setting up his natural base himself, cybernetics core, extra gas. Probably expect the same blink opening here again. We'll kind of have to wait and see how many adepts he wants to make with this one. And as I said that already, the first one's gonna get queued up here. Even getting chrono boosted. And this is a marine, so a slight advantage for Gumiho in my opinion, because adepts are really good if you expect a Reaper to come across, especially if you chrono boost them. But if there is a CC behind a wall being made and a marine on the other side, a reactor already going up with that gas input, I feel like an adept is not going to do that much for you. See, he's already waiting for that Reaper at the jump up spot here. But there's no Reaper, so not really good to have this unit. And he's even going for a second adept. He does throw down a proxy gateway. Okay, so this could be... You can go glaive adepts in this matchup. It's not advised. And it does not look pretty, but it can work. If you can bust down the wall correctly. Now he's gonna see the army. I think he saw that command center. Let's double check on that one. Yeah, he saw the command center also finishing up, so he knows this is just a very standard opening from Gumiho. With a 1-1-1 opening with that command center expand. And on the other side, Twilight and 3 gate. Gumiho is trying to snipe that probe that comes out to take this third base. Little does he know there's no probe coming anytime soon because there's already 3 gateways. There's about to be a big warp in here. It's gonna be Stalkers and it should be Blink. So it's gonna be a Blink all in. Or at least very heavy committed pressure. The 3 gate is something you can really pressure a lot with. He did cancel Blink there for a second to throw down a shield battery first. So he really wants to utilize all of his units offensively and he can maybe bust down this depot because Gumiho is going in for another base race. No, so this is probably not going to end up being a base race because you should be able to hold this with reinforcements correctly. There's a tank holding that line for the Terran and there's a couple Stalkers and the Zealot. Zealot just died, but yeah, for the Protoss here. He's even gonna maybe kill that Medivac, and yeah, this is gonna get pushed out a little bit. The Medivac is gonna push out. So all in all, this looks quite good actually for Creator currently, but he will not be able to break Gumiho. And this is where delaying your third Nexus so much is gonna hurt you. gonna throw that down here in a second. But he's already going into his extra tech with this robot. He should definitely throw it down. There we go. I had that 400 for a little bit. Now both players did deal some damage to each other, but it feels like the damage that Creator dealt was a little bit bigger. Delaying this mining operation here a little bit longer. Killing 6 SCVs to 3 probes, yeah. I really like that. Definitely a small lead here for our Creator boy. Banshees. Interesting choice. No cloak. No speed. Only 1 as well. And a Gumiho push. 3 tanks. Bunch of unupgraded marines. 1 medevac. 4 SCVs. A Banshee. And a reinforcing Liberator. And Creator's trying to meet this one. If he can keep that medevac alive. If you can make 2 bunkers, this becomes really tough to break. Creator's gonna try and get the first Immortal out here, but the Banshee can snipe that Immortal. It needs to be a little bit careful though, you don't want to lose that Banshee. Also, it's always a little bit tough to get into those, run into those tanks. Now this is kind of split up here, and Creator's trying to go around and get those reinforcements, but they already arrived here. So if you throw down a bunker here and here, there we go. He's gonna make one over here. Is he gonna make it though? He did load it into that medevac here. Now this marine is gonna scout this interception army here, and one scan is gonna increase that range on the tank. Now also coming in from the front side, we're gonna focus a little bit more on that front here. Immortal is gonna try and bust down these tanks, but this just too much firepower on the Terran side, it seems. Not enough units for Creator, and Gumiho is gonna take that serious with a Gumiho push.